You ever notice how crypto millionaires always seem to find the next big thing before everyone else does? Whether it's on, X or on YouTube or TikTok or something else. Well, this might be one of those moments. There's a project right now that has rolled out some massive upgrades, and it honestly changes the game. Like if you've ever looked at decentralized finance before and thought, man, this stuff's just too complicated. You got farming, staking, wallets, vaults. This project actually fixes a lot of that. And if you stick around, I'm going to show you why I think this could be one of the early stage projects that really sets up the next wave of crypto success stories. I'm talking about, I genuinely believe there are going to be brand new crypto millionaires made off of this project. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, nothing in this video should be considered financial advice. I'm a very biased cryptocurrency YouTuber. I am invested in this project. However, this is not a sponsored video. I promise you, as a viewer and a subscriber, I will always, always acknowledge if a video is sponsored content up front. So in my private community, I had a new developer reach out to me, and he's trying to find his lane in the blockchain technology, and shout out to Darius. But he asked me a great question. He said, what is the biggest problem in crypto right now? My answer was instant. I said, DeFi just isn't user-friendly enough. Take DeFi bonds, for example. This project has exploded because they've simplified yield farming, essentially. You drop in some ETH over here, you mint an NFT, which you can see my NFTs here, and boom, you're yield farming. You're earning USDC right here. It's like auto magical. You don't have to understand what's going on. You could come here and go look at the bank, and you can see all the positions they have and all the different vaults and how they're actually earning funds, but you don't have to know that. Literally deposit ETH, boom, get USDC, claim to USDC anytime you want to. And you're yield farming. There's no code, no like vault, no block explorer to understand. And that's why bonds took off and not made, but they currently have over $2 million. I believe in the bull market, we're going to see this hit 10 million or more. Why? Because it's made DeFi easier. But Plazm, literally one of my favorite projects, link in the description. Plazm just took that same concept and leveled it up. Plazm just released its biggest upgrade yet, something called easy mode. Now before, you had to decide, when you came into Plazm, you had to decide, do I create, do I stake, what's my ROI, what's the differences, what do I do? And this was a common question that people would have. However, they've just made it simple. You just click one button, come over here, deposit ETH, use easy mode, deposit ETH, deposit USDC, select your number of days. I always select 77, max number of days, max bonus. Click enter easy mode. Boom, done. I'll show you right here this is the actual announcement in the Telegram group. But just to summarize it, basically AJ is saying the team has done a full overhaul of the DApp experience. Is faster, smarter, easier with the easy mode. The DApp does all the heavy lifting for you. This lets the DApp do the heavy lifting for you, automatically calculating, executing the most optimal strategy for your input. Whether you're creating or staking, the system now determines the best move instantly based on ROI. It will even allow you to compound so no more manual swaps are required. If you're like, what the heck is Plazm doing? I know nothing about this project, then you need to learn about this project. I'll put a link in the description of my last video. I'll put a card up at the top. You want to go check that video out. It's a quick, like 5-10 minute primer on the Plazm project itself. However, this update adds even more transparency. Now you can see your total pool values, your daily burn rates, all of that inside your dashboard. It makes DeFi become much simpler and much more transparent. Now, here's where things get really interesting, and this is why I'm personally stacking the Plasm token. Every bit of the ETH that gets deposited into Plazm, let's just go take a quick look at that. All the ETH that comes in here to create Plazm, what are they doing with that ETH? They are taking that ETH and they are using real yield strategies. They are taking that ETH. If you understand this is what makes the project so crazy. They're taking that ETH, they're putting it in DeFi. Actually, they're putting it in DEX bonds, actually. And they have over 100 ETH, over $300,000 right now that has come in, and they have that over here in bonds. And what it's doing, it's earning real yield. And every 10 minutes, they're taking the external yield and they're buying Plasm Token off the market and burning it every 10 minutes. The way Plazm works, we never need another brand new investor, ever. You can watch this video for entertainment. Don't ever click on the link at the bottom. Don't join this at all. It is not going to matter because the protocol is earning real yield. That real yield is constantly buying the Plasm Token off the market and burning it. That over time should push the price up as the Plasm Token becomes more scarce over time. There's always a buyer. The protocol itself, the buyer isn't that we don't need another investor. The protocol itself is using the real yield, and that's what separates typical Ponzi-nomic pump and dump type project from something that can actually last like Plazm. If you wrap your brain around this, it is mind-numbing. It's just a massive feedback loop that strengthens the overall ecosystem without needing new users to survive. And that's how sustainable crypto wealth is really built. It's not about hype. It's from having an actual system, an actual project that keeps generating liquidity on its own. This has been the unicorn. We have not seen anything like this. The closest thing to this was the casino models that were taken, and none of them were doing it super well, but they were taking some of the profits and buying their own token. They just weren't using enough profits for to make a difference. This thing is practically 93% or something like that of all the Ethereum comes in is used in the treasury to earn real yield and then take that yield. And right now that yield is like 80 something percent APR, 82%. APR, that yield every 10 minutes that is coming in, buying Plasm Token and burning it. Now let me just show you what this looks like on my end. Here's where I'm at. $50 is what I'm doing. It was what I was doing once a week. Now I'm doing $10 because I realize a lot of smaller stakes more often is just actually better. So I come in with $10 3-4 times a week. Now they make it simpler. Go to easy mode, choose ETH, put in the amount, max, enter, done. If you want to see exactly how this works, how the system works overall, and why it flips from an inflationary token to a deflationary token, check out my previous video. I'll link it up at the top. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it on the end screen. Make sure to subscribe if you want to catch projects like this before the rest of the market wakes up. I'll see you in the next one.